It could be musically disappointing in the way maybe the loneliness of a relationship's aftermath might be. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Lone University. Better Days is from the band's sixth studio album, Anchors Away, released in 2003, and this song appears to be about loneliness in the aftermath of a past relationship, which seems to also be a general theme on the album, considering bassist Brian Keeneland, if I'm saying that right, had just ended an intimate relationship and wrote new material as a result of it. And this band seems like a very mandatory listen on my punk rock discovery, as I still get countless requests for them month after month. So without further ado, here's my very first time hearing the Bouncing Souls with their track, Better Days. Tight-picked arpeggios, cool way to start it. Big chords, okay.
She don't love you anymore. What do you do when she won't love you anymore? Living in sin, now you're all alone again. She's having a change of heart. Without a word, everything just falls apart.
Punchy trebly bass tone as well. I like how the song started. It just had a lot of energy in those picked arpeggios. I almost thought it was going to be a bit more metal, just based on some of that tight lead guitar-esque arpeggio picking, but it unfolded into just a high-energy punk song. And the bass line this reminded me of immediately, and this is very random, it has some of the framework of like Fleetwood Mac's Go Your Own Way. And I only say that because it's hitting a root note and it's kind of waterfalling down notes, just going down the scale, but that's the same thing that Fleetwood Mac bass line does, which is one of my favorites. It just randomly reminded me of that. It might be because it's in this exact same key. We're here in D minor. And it's a little hard to hear, but that trebly grit on the tone allows me to hear the definition a little bit. And it just kind of has this. Which is just a really neat melodic movement under an already dense guitar part. You know, there's a lot of dense chords. And I heard a little bit of a tremolo thing, which almost had that kind of psychobilly feel just in the guitar texture. Okay, I'm going to go back and just start this one over. I love how it jumped in so energetically. A lot of colorful chords, a bit of a minor, darker sound. Cool. There's a lot of metal songs that start like this. Yeah, just like a big 9 chord maybe. I just hear like a... just some of that dissonance. Might not be that dense, but it just has a richness. Yeah, that nice touch. I just love that. Very subtle. Okay. Listen to the bass line.
What do you do when she
Cool.
don't love you anymore? What do you do when she won't love you anymore?
Like this A, B, A, B. A, B.
She's having a change of heart. Without a word, everything just falls apart. What do you do when
Yeah, A, B. It's kind of the start-stop thing. And I find it's a good way to maybe save some energy for a later part of a song. And I'm getting really fascinated with song structures here on videos lately. I always think about that now and how a song might evolve into the chorus. Like, how is a band rationing their energy? This is a good way to do it. I find this whole verse to be pretty energetic, but the fact that that B part is broken up by a little bit of a broken down A part, where the drums tighten up a bit, guitar chords get a little tighter, it kind of just keeps you in this holding pattern instead of just going all out, because if everything is intense, then nothing is intense. And the bass is mirroring it too, because on that A part, tightens up. Then he goes back to the... It's got this really lyrical line just kind of gluing the chords together. I can't make out all of the notes. It's mixed a tad quiet, but you can hear it under there. And thankfully that grit on the tone pokes it out just a bit. Okay, let's start kind of here in the middle of the verse. See how it goes forward.
What do you do when she don't
Tight.
love you anymore?
Opens up.
Do when she won't love you anymore? Do
Pulls it back.
walking through life
It's really effective.
sending kisses, all the sweet things that you say. Memories from better days.
Cool.
Memories from better days. Everything we built, everything that I believed in, just some old-fashioned fantasy.
Okay. Ooh. Whoa-whoas. I love them. This is an odd twist. It's kind of like two songs bunched together, but they oddly work, stayed in the same key. This almost went into like Pennywise bro hymn territory, this big epic thing to kind of bring out the song. Yeah, what an interesting one. I kind of want to go back just to about here and see that the way it transitioned into that was a little unnatural for me, but I'm kind of seeing the bigger picture now. It's almost like a fake out climax in a way because I was expecting there to be this big open type of chorus and it just went a different direction, which, you know, it could be musically disappointing in the way maybe the loneliness of a relationship's aftermath might be. I'm starting to think of those things now. How do the lyrics or maybe the subject matter, which I'm not intently listening to the lyrics, but just being, reading that up front, it's about the aftermath of a relationship, a past one, ending on a bitter note, a bad note, a sad note. Sometimes the music can reflect that even if it doesn't give you exactly what it wants. And that's kind of what I feel like this does here. I normally don't tap into this type of thing. It's pretty abstract, but it makes sense if I'm thinking about it through that lens. See, all upbeat here.
Memories from better days. Everything we built,
So we had to slow down.
everything that I believed in,
Bit of a tempo
just some
change.
old-fashioned fantasy.
It's pretty damn epic, though. Ooh. Yeah, the guitar doing those. Add some tension. I think this is, I get the feeling this is written to kind of reflect that feeling. That's just because musically it wouldn't make any sense otherwise. It kind of ends on this different direction than you thought it might be. For some reason, that's just sort of poked out in this song. But hearing that a second time, this ending is really epic. In the same way, again, the bro hymn was. I've referenced that song in 2 recent videos now for some reason. It just goes to show you that theme works no matter what band is doing it. Kind of melancholy. Cool one. Despite that being a short song, it had a very epic feel to it. Anything with that 6-7-1 in a minor key has that epic feeling. And minor songs in general tend to get under my skin a little bit, sort of in an emotional, impactful way. And, sometimes I have no idea what a song is about, but just kind of reading that on the Wikipedia page, I went into it thinking of that. And it feels very much like a soundtrack to that feeling when something that was really good is gone. And it might be for the best reasons, but it still stings. And the song had a bit of that premature slowing down. That tempo change was really out of nowhere. And the only thing I can attribute it to is maybe matching that feeling, just truly being a soundtrack to whatever the song was written about, whatever place it was coming from. And there were some really nice guitar elements there, some really big chords. That stands out to me when it's something more than just power chords. I love the way it started with a very kind of metal trope, that picking arpeggio and a lead guitar type of framework. And then we had the big chords with some upper extensions, just very rich melodically. Loved the bass line. It really glued it together. And then everything converged with this slowdown. This weightiness came in and left me with a whoa-oh, no words to really sink my teeth into, just the feeling of maybe what was sung before. So I find the storyboarding of this song through that lens to be very on the nose in a very cool way. But that's my first time hearing the Bouncing Souls. Again, these guys get requested a lot. There's a couple more tracks I see commonly, so when I circle back, I will make sure to check one of those out. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. If you'd like to support this channel further, please come find us over on Patreon. I do full albums there. I also have bass lessons, music theory lessons, tons of stuff. I would love for you to come hang out with us and the community we have over there. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you're subscribed. I love you all. We'll see you in the next one.